And away we go.
Away we go. And here we go. Just so you know, I got the flow. I got the hose. And just so you knows, I got some foes. I hit them with bow staffs.
That's the one way that you get out of a rhyme. Just staffs.
I hit them on they ass till they pass out. And then they shout. And we have another bout until they doubt that they can beat me. They see me, but they get so scared that they pee on themselves. My name ring bells. Every time you see me, they be like, damn, dog, go to hell, because they mad because I'm on the scene and I got the cream. Cream means cash rules everything around me. I got the money. Dollar bill, y'all. I feel y'all who feel me because I'm the VIP. Tee-hee. I chuckle at you bitches. Leave you sleeping with the fishes. And then y'all be like, I wish this dude would get the fuck on. But I hop on the mic and I get my bucks on, meaning I get money. And it's always sunny in Philadelphia. That's where I'm from. And you a bum if you don't got ones in a strip club. I'm a big thug. That's a crazy lie. But when I want something sweet, I eat crazy pie. And I punch you in your face till you get a lazy eye. See, all right, that's it.
I was so stuck on tee-hee, I chuckle at you bitches. And I want to make a shirt of it. That's got to be the shirt. Fuck C-Pain, fuck all that shit. It's just got to be tee-hee, I chuckle at you bitches with like a little asterisk or upside down exclamation point or something for the eye, just so you know. PG.
Right. Yeah, I haven't had a freestyle in a while.
Goddamn. Had to get it out.
Yeah.
You had a song in your heart, and that freestyle came free. You haven't streamed in a while, too, so you had to do it, because that's normally where you let it out, you know?
It is. It's been a while.
Goddamn.
It's been a while. It's been a while.
Yeah. But we're back. We're back at it again. Still digital boys. Still digital boys.
It feels like... Did we record last week? It feels like just everything's been a blur. Well, that's right, we did.
I mean, to be fair, you have a reason for that to be the case. But yes, we did record last week. We had a Patreon episode.
That's right.
We did it on a Saturday. So then when we released it on the next Thursday, there was a bunch of time in between.
That's why I didn't feel like we did it.
We haven't talked in a while, but you've been busy. The baby watch is over.
Yeah, now the baby watch is literal.
Yeah, it's just
watching the baby.
You blink and then poos everywhere.
Yeah, Chris, we'll open the show with that. Chris got I won't say an eyewitness, an ear witness.
It was phenomenal.
It was okay. So I'm changing my child. Keep in mind, it is the 13th of July, Wednesday, the day before the pod comes out. I came in the house like, okay, I'm going to record the podcast immediately and get it out the way so I can be done at a decent time. So I hit up Chris. I said, when are you free? He said, whenever. I said, cool. So I was like, okay, hold on. Give me a second. I got to go deal with the family. Go upstairs to the family. Then I hit him again like, shit, I got to change a diaper. Never show your face. So I go to change.
I feel like that was the karma moment right there. Yeah.
That's the part where my life freezes, and it's like that's the moment he knew he fucked up.
Yeah,
so
100%.
I proceed to take the diaper off of my 6-day-old child, and everything's fine for a second, and I get to cleaning him up, and I look down and he's just shitting after the diaper came off. And he's
so there was preemptive shit there then, technically, right? Like you were changing the diaper for a reason.
I was changing the diaper just because it's been a while. Like it was full of pee.
Oh, okay.
So I'm like, I'm gonna change it. She asked me to change it, so I started changing it. And then took the diaper off him. Before I could grab another diaper, he just shits all over the little changing pad. I'm like, cool. So now if he's laying on his back. So if he shits and then he like moves around because he's all whiny and baby-like. So now the shit's just on his butt, on his back. He's kicking his legs. I'm like, fucking great.
My favorite part of the whole like audio end on my end was hearing Adrian in the background just, oh shit, the whole time. And then right after that was, get your goddamn toes out the shit, Brendan. And I'm like,
because this was before the part I just said happened before I hit you up, right?
Yeah.
So I'm like, damn. So she wipes him and grabs him and places him face down on the little, like, I don't know, like it's like a baby feeding cushion that she has. And it's like right at her, like her stomach. And he's pretty much face down. So ass up. So his butt's in the air. And she's like, all right, because she's telling me to wipe up the shit that he shit. And she's keeping his backside up so that it doesn't get on anything else.
Yeah, makes sense.
All right. So in that moment is when I hit you up and say, yo, and that's when you started hearing things. We're having an issue right now. I'm gonna have to push it like 20 minutes. So as soon as I say that, he just starts projectile shitting again. And she's like, that's when she was like, oh shit. So
oh my God.
It's all on like the little cushion thing now. We had to wash that. So she kind of cleans up his butt and sits him back down. I'm like, and that's when Chris is just on the line now listening.
I'm then trying not to laugh too because I feel bad.
No, it was funny. It was funny. So we sit him down kind of after she wipes his butt and more. That's when he's like, oh, it's on his feet. Because he's sitting up. So his feet are in front of him, but he shits. So then it goes like where his feet are and he's still kicking his legs. I'm like, this is an avalanche of shit. It just keeps getting, the situation just kept getting worse.
Oh, God,
Chris was a witness to it.
Yeah, audio wise, it was. Yeah. I was an audio amigo to that podcast that I just listened to, the podcast of parenting, right there.
So, needless to say, washed him up, got him clean after. Oh, you didn't hear this part. So she's filling the sink like with water and stopping us so we can kind of sit him in there and wash him up. And I'm holding him next to the sink. So he's standing up kind of, and I'm holding him next to the sink. He starts pissing but he's facing the sink. So he's peeing in the clean water the soapy water she just made. She was like, well, gotta let that water go out. Can't use that water now. And start it up again. One last shark comes out on the sink, on the white marble sink in our bathroom. It goes into the water. She has to let the water out again and start all over again. So
this is the funniest shit.
At this point, we're looking at him like, yo, you're doing this shit on purpose, literally. You're doing this on purpose. What the fuck? So luckily, that was the last shit that came out of him in that moment.
God damn.
We gave him a bath and we dressed him, took everything off the bed, and it's all in the washing machine now. And yeah, man.
God damn.
It's where we are.
Hell yeah. Baby Watch 2022 continues. Electric Boogaloo.
Electric Dookie-loo. It's fucked up.
Boogapoo.
Electric Boogapoo. Boogapoo is going to be
That's the podcast title.
Boogapoo. Boogapoo
Yeah.
is going to be a Pokemon in Scarlet and Violet.
Probably, honestly. They're running out of ideas. It's just Brendan like this was shit coming out his ass.
Probably.
Or it's the shit that has already come out his ass.
I got home at like 5.
Yep.
And I think he's shit 4 times since I've been here, which is a record for him since he's been born.
Goddamn.
Now,
whatever baby food you gave him just fucking went right through him.
He's breastfeeding.
Oh, yeah, that's a thing. I forgot about it. I thought the little cup Johns were a thing.
No, they are,
know?
but he didn't get to it yet. We got all the bottles and shit here. He just hasn't done it yet. But
goddamn,
he's pretty cool. But besides that, he's pretty cool.
Nice. I remember I was over at Jeremy's house on Saturday, I think it was. I don't remember days. And we were just doing like this little get together because Jeremy's like, I don't do birthday presents really well. So like everyone give me a dish and like I'll cook it for you guys. So that's like what the whole day was. Like, happy birthday for the year. Go fuck yourselves. This is your birthday present, no matter when your birthday present was. And I'm just sitting there waiting for food. And you send me the picture of Trenton holding Brendan, and it was the cutest fucking picture I've ever seen in my life. And I like just walked around the room to everybody like, look. like the fucking Patrick holding up SpongeBob, but it's just that picture. And I was just like, oh, dude, it was so cute. Oh man, he's a cute kid. I teared up a little.
Because you saw you've been here, man. You're part of the family.
Yeah. I've not seen the boy yet. I've heard poop coming from. I heard a little bit of like what's the noise called that babies make? There's like a word for it. Like they're babbling is like called a thing. Like I know the word. It's on the tip of my tongue. That I heard the cooing.
Yeah.
Whilst Adrian was screaming, "Get your toes out of the shit." And it's just like in the background. I'm like, oh, that was him. Like
you heard him.
Yeah, I was like, holy shit, man. That was a little guy right there.
There's a baby in that house now.
Yeah, it's crazy.
It is.
But, yeah. I don't know. This is just like a whole entire episode where just be like, man, babies are cool, yo. They're crazy, yo.
Yeah. Other than that shit, it's pretty cool. I don't have any,
Nice.
It's the usual baby. I can't. Every time I say shit now, it has new meaning. But
this is the shit podcast.
Shitcast, the baby shitcast. But yeah, it was. She pushed him out like a champ.
Nice.
He came out. He was all like, he could barely open his eyes. And then as he got used to everything, now he's just like looking around at stuff,
like a chameleon, just like.
Yeah,
gotta take it all in,
there's another shit story. I was holding him 2 days after we got home. I'm just holding him, one hand under his butt, one hand on his back, just kind of rocking him and stuff. Because she was like, "Can you burp him?" So I'm just patting his back, and he just looks at me and he's just like, I'm like, what? Like what's wrong with you? And under my hands on his butt, and I just feel my hands like vibrating. I'm like, she's like, what? I'm like, he's shitting right now, like into my hand. Yeah. I just feel it through his pants and his diaper. I'm like, well, we have a diaper to change.
He just looks. You didn't look at me. I'm the captain now. It just fucking soft serves in your hand. God
that's what
damn.
He did. So I'm like,
shit. That's hilarious. He's funny already. He's not even a month old. God damn.
He is pretty funny. God
damn.
Like, since she breastfeeds him, like he looks to her for comfort and everything. Obviously, that's mom. We've all been there. So, like, she'll be like, here, hold him for a second. He'll just like he'll be like, no, not you. And I'll hand it back to her. I
don't have to shit right now.
Right. I'm just for shit. So I hand it back to her. I hand him back to her, and the crying stops on a dime. I'm like, what? What did I do to you? Like sometimes we're cool and we'll hang out and I'll walk around with him and he'll just like make baby noises, coo, if you will. And it's all good. And he'll look around but once he starts getting all fussy, he wants her.
Oh yeah. God damn. That's crazy.
It's a good time.
Well, I'm excited to see him in person one day whenever we get back to that. But, you know, life is busy, so digital boys it is for now.
For now. It won't be too much longer.
I think we're behind on Patreon podcasts now that I think about it. Because we need to do 2 still, and it's pretty much halfway through the month.
I think we could still knock out 2.
Yeah. We'll take a poll of the topics we could talk about. We do have one topic that we were gonna like meme talk about a guy we used to know from a podcast that just you might have heard.
Oh, yeah.
Just to, like as a side fucking
we can
Patreon pod,
but that episode.
Dude, that would be a long episode. Or it'd be extremely short. It would either be long or extremely short.
It's gonna be like, are we just balls to the wall saying everything or anything?
I wouldn't say that much. I mean, I would say enough to like, you know, we would say enough without saying all, if that makes sense.
I got you.
Because like, you don't want to like, you know, do this and that, but like, you know, we got to be respectful.
Well, yeah.
Of other parties involved.
Balls to the wall without outing other parties involved.
Yeah. So, but yeah, tune into the Patreon for that.
Yeah.
Maybe we'll be in person. We'll see what happens.
This is a podcast where we felt so strong we had to get together to talk about it.
I know, right? As of that point.
Yeah.
But yeah, this should be an interesting episode because I'm interested to hear what you were playing. What you were doing in the meantime while Brendan was making his way downtown, walking fast, shitting fast, and he's homebound.
Sharting gas, and he's homebound.
Deedly deedly dee.
I'm gonna shit on you.
Yeah. As far as news go, I don't think we got much news to talk about. There's been some stuff that's been posted in the Discord about a couple different games and some controversy about a specific game that is no longer coming out. And we also got a release date for God of War, which we'll talk about in depth in the main episode, which will start right after this theme song.
Let's go.
Look at that. I set the shit up. It up. So then they're like, maybe I should stick around after all the poo talk. I was only here for the shit, but now I'm a little interested.
If you're only here for the shit, this podcast is about to go downhill real fast.
If you're only here for the shit, go listen to the Patreon podcast. $5.
You get all the shit you want.
All right. I think it's you this week. I believe, because I think I did it on the live one because I goofed it.
All good.
Yeah.
1 second. It was a long day. With my first day back to work.
Just for everyone's sake, it is 9:56, almost 10, and this has to be out tomorrow. Are you sure you can edit this?
We'll do it. We'll figure it out. It'll happen.
All right.
Level up, gamers, and welcome to another episode of the Save Before Quitting podcast. My name is Ant, and I'm here with...
I'm Chris.
Yes. Thanks for hitting your cue on time.
I didn't know it was a cue. I just was like waiting for something. I thought you were going to say it, but then you were just like, nah, you say it, bitch. And then I caught up on it.
Got it.
Now we're here.
As always, Save Before Quitting, always spelled out at Gmail. Yes, at gmail.com. It's been a while. It feels like it's been a while. And Save Before Quitting, always spelled out .com. for all of
Yes.
your merch needs, and
We'll get more
anything
merch
about
soon.
us. Save letter B number 4 quitting on Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, Twitch, and YouTube.
Titty.
Titty.
Yeah.
Gang.
Titty Monster is on a hiatus right now.
Good. He's terrifying.
Yeah.
Also, Patreon. Follow us. Support us on Patreon.
Yeah.
3 tiers. What's the first tier called?
Standard,
Deluxe, and Collector's Edition. That is what, $3?
3, 5, 10
3, 5, and 10. Whole lot of cool
per
shit
month.
on there.
Per month.
Yes. Whole lot of cool shit on there. Come be part of the show. Submit questions. Also join our Discord.
Yeah.
Um,
If you're already there, tell a friend to join the Discord because we talk constantly in there and post random bullshit.
It goes down in the Discord.
Yeah.
That's all you need.
The best thing that I've seen in the Discord was the joke that CLD made regarding the picture of Brendan. It was my favorite thing that I saw. And I laughed so fucking hard at it that I almost fell out my chair.
Oh, about his brother and the
Yeah.
See, that's
I fucking died.
That's the thing when we have babies, because they always come out super pale initially. It's like, you better tan real quick, or there's gonna be some hell to pay.
God damn. I thought that was so fucking fun. I died, but god damn it. Yeah, join the Discord and we have fun there. We have fun.
We do.
But yeah.
Other than that, what have you been up to, man?
In general?
Yes, in general. We're going to do that first.
Yeah, considering we haven't talked to each other in over a week and it's been a month our time.
Right.
I've just been 3D printing a lot because that's what I do now exclusively to pass the time. I'm working on a Red Hood cosplay.
That shit's fire.
Because I've never done a cosplay before. This actually was originally 8 separate pieces that I welded together with other plastic and a you know that thing that you see at AC Moore that you can like carve in wood, like the wood burning tool. I got one of those for like $10, and then it's just a piece of metal that gets hot. So you take that and then you just like dig into the print. And then you take another like scrap piece and then put it up there and you like solder it, like metal soldering pretty much. So, but yeah, like you can't really see like any of the seam lines on it at all. It's pretty fucking smooth. I sanded the fuck out of it. You'll notice the back half doesn't exist. It's because I accidentally left it out in the sun. And you know how 3D prints are made by making plastic hot.
It
Melted a bit. So I'm reprinting it as we speak, literally. I only got 3 more pieces to print, and then I gotta solder them all together and shit. And then, you know, it's probably gonna be like a Halloween costume to start. But yeah, and then I've also been printing some D&D minis. I printed this one for Javaraf Anna in our Discord. This is her character from our Curse of Strahd campaign that we're playing. She's got these giant ass bone wings that are pretty fucking neat. I got some new resin that's like flexy that you like mix into your regular resins so that you don't waste the flexy shit. So it's like a 70-30 mix. So now I can be like, hey, look at that wing. And it like bends a little bit. So it's a little less fragile if it drops or something. So I definitely broke one. But yeah, did that. Where the fuck is the other thing that I just printed? It was on my desk. Oh yeah. I also printed a mini Red Hood helmet.
Also nice.
Yes, painted that. You can kind of see the eyes are painted a little bit, but not really. But this is for a figure that didn't come with a helmet. It's like an unhelmeted head. So like there's that. He'll hold that under his arm like a biker helmet or some shit. But yeah, just 3D printing and playing games and watching TV.
Good stuff.
Not really doing much. work from home job has been phenomenal, to say the least. I've used like no money on gas, but that also caused me to buy a lot of stuff on Amazon Prime Day. So here we are.
Priorities.
It's not a priority. Did you buy shit on Amazon Prime Day?
No,
Damn.
I did not.
Let me list off what I bought for you so we can judge
Please
my
do.
purchases.
Please.
Because some of them are okay. So I got a boot, a new boot, like a combat boot that you can like hike in.
One boot?
Well, I mean, there's boots. Yeah, there's boots.
Oh, I was gonna say I bought a single boot.
Sorry. I bought a single boot. I should have just gone fishing for that. Remember those? That used to be a thing.
Yeah.
And then I also got a Red Hood figure from Gotham Knights. That one that's come out. I'm really not looking forward to it because it's the one that has the hand like this instead of an actual gun. So he has finger guns. It was $10. So I was like, yeah, I'll pay the $10 as opposed to the $30 it normally is. Some new wireless headphones because I want to start going on walks and shit, but I don't like earbuds anymore. I don't like them. I've noticed with Raycons when I used to work at the old hellhole that I would get home and then I'd like use a Q-tip and then my ear would just be like the color yellow. And I don't like that. And I like to have clean ears, but then I stopped working there, stopped wearing my Raycons, and I get out of the shower. I'm like, shoo, 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 just on the outside, no yellow. I'm like, it was the fucking earbuds. So we're going back to
earbuds.
Yeah, we're going back to headphones. So there's that. Got some nice new pillows.
Remember the movie Air Bud?
Yeah.
They should just release a movie. I don't have the plot yet, but it has something to do with earbuds, but it's called Earbud.
AirPods.
What?
AirPods. Airbud. Earpods.
Yeah, but
earbuds
is closer to Airbud.
Yeah, but like Apple AirPods, you know, like it's Airbud, Air, you know.
But I feel like the bud is more emphasized than the air.
Well, you can only have one. There's two names in this. You have Air from AirPods, and then you have Buds from Earbuds. Right, you can't have the best of both worlds because it's just Airbud.
All right, we'll workshop this movie, write a script. We'll get back to you guys. What else did you buy?
It's just a movie called Airbud, but it's definitely about earphones and audio. That's it. I got some new pillows. Some new pillows because you know those like gel ones,
the cooling ones.
Yeah. So I have one.
Those are fire.
Yeah, but this pillow is from like when I was in college. So I think the cooling factor or whatever the fuck that is expired. It's like stale because I wake up every morning and like my neck is just drowning in sweat. And I'm like, well, that doesn't make sense for the advertised thing. So I got two new ones coming. And then today I bought 2 Nerf guns.
I saw you put that in the Discord about the Nerf guns and I was tempted.
They were $10.
That's pretty damn good. I didn't look, but it's pretty damn good.
Like one of them I got was, you know, like the new Nerf guns with like the balls instead of the darts.
Yeah.
I got one of those because it looks like Red Hood's guns in Arkham Knight, like that game. Like once like you get the DLC and shit. And I was like, well, I like those. I can like sand the fuck out of it and then print out like a Red Hood logo and just it on there. And then, hey, look, a piece of the cosplay that I want to do. And it's also functional and shoots balls. But then I also got the hammer shot, which is one that I've always looked at and I've never bought. And it's like it's got a hammer, like a legitimate hammer that you pull back with your thumb. And then it's a 5-shot and it's from like the zombie line. So it's got like plastic wrapped around the handle that looks like cloth and it's got like blood stains on it. And the one that I got has like little like tallies of all the zombies that it's killed on it. And I'm like, that's cool. Yeah,
that's dope.
So that's what I bought. There was one that looked pretty cool. It had like a splatter design on it. And I was like, nah, I'm good. But I spent too much money, to say the least. I was like, I don't need to spend money. And then I was like, all the money. Let's spend it all. Not a credit card, so that it's not real money, right?
Of course. It's not real money until you got to pay it.
I don't know what that is.
I fucking
That's a good point. I should probably look into that.
yeah. Only thing I bought recently was on Amazon. I bought a 1 terabyte SD card for my Steam Deck.
Oh yeah. You got your Steam Deck.
Yeah.
How you liking that so far?
Man, and I guess I'm not even going to put this in what I've been playing. I have the Steam Deck.
Mm-hmm.
Would you believe I have not played the Steam Deck? But it's not for the reason. Yes. No. It's not for my usual reason of just whoops, didn't play anything.
Whoops.
I have been spending not countless hours. I can count them because I've had to do other things.
You could see your first download time and then your last download time. Math.
Oh, I've been spending a lot of time downloading things and customizing it before I play it. Like I want to get it to the state that I want it in before I play something on it.
I feel that.
So I've definitely used it. I just have not played it.
What do you want to play on it first? If you were going to like if we weren't doing this right now and you just had this free time, that's it. What are you playing right away on it? Something from Steam or something that you downloaded?
Probably something that I downloaded. And what I've been downloading is just like I already had a ton of ROMs, but I'm downloading more ROMs. And I downloaded Infamous and Infamous 2.
All right.
And I got like every emulator.
Hell yeah.
And I downloaded some Switch games. And I downloaded some 64 games, some GameCube games, the fucking PSP games, GBA games, the DS games, 3DS games. Like I'm like loading this thing up and then going to customize it in a way where like that's going to be like my one-stop shop.
Hell yeah. So my question for you then is this all on the terabyte like SD card? So you can just operate this as a regular Steam Deck without all this downloaded shit, right? Like this doesn't like goof up the layout or anything? No.
Because you have control over that. There's this ROM manager program where you can have it all appear in your Steam library, but you don't have to have every single game appear. You can have like a tile that says like your emulators and ROM go in that, and then you see your stuff. Or I can make certain things appear, but not everything. Like if I wanted to
do this from the desktop, like the desktop mode or whatever.
Yes.
Okay.
But if I wanted to, I could have it just be like have it in sections. Like all right, Nintendo, Sega, Sony, Microsoft. I could do that.
Nice.
But I'm still working on that. I haven't even gotten that far yet. I've been more downloading it and putting them on the card. But
I might need you to show me how to do that. Also, Ryan might, because he's over here like, I don't know what to play and I don't want to spend money on games. I'm like, so then fucking emulate them. Yes. Like, if you don't want to spend money on games, spend money on a hard drive, a SD card or whatever the fuck, and then GG. Just emulate the fuck out of everything.
I found the website already. I found PS4 games.
Jesus.
Once I found Switch, I'm like, oh, it's a wrap now. And it just has every game. Like I have the newest games at the top of this list on this site. Just go in, click it, download it.
Does it have like games that come out like day of, or does it like take some time? Like, would they have like Mario, Striker League, or Kirby on there already?
Both of those.
Jesus Christ!
All right, last week, you remember the game Klonoa from PS1?
Yeah.
And, all right,
I had it on Fantasy, and it did not perform well.
They remastered that for, I think it's on just Switch. I feel like it's on something else. Anyway, it just came out last week. I went on this site 2 days ago. It's there.
Shit.
So
that's pretty fucking good.
Now all the things I've wanted to download for my Switch or games I just never went back and bought, I'm just putting it on my Steam Deck.
Trenton's gonna be like, "Can I use your Switch?" You're like, yeah, fucking take this piece of shit. I don't need this.
Like, Trenton, please. Like, I'm waiting for him. He does not know I have it. He has not seen it. And I feel like the moment I bring it out and he's around, he's gonna be like, "What the fuck is that?"
Yeah.
I want to play.
I mean,
it.
if it were me in the situation and I was there, I'd be like, "You're not touching this. I'm sorry, but no, this is a handheld PC,
Right?
and you
Like,
run around this house with a regular Switch."
It's one of those things where it's gonna be like, I have to show him what it is, show him what's on it.
Yeah.
It's gonna be one of those things where, like, if he plays it, I have to I have to turn the game on for you. Don't go clicking around this thing. I'll find it, give it to you, and you sit in that one spot and you don't fucking move. And I'm watching you.
And then you're just going to be looking at him like Brendan looked at you while he was shitting in your hand.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
Except I won't shit myself.
Just gonna, but if he drops
it, then I will.
That's when you shit yourself.
He's gonna blast.
You're gonna be, put your hand out. God damn it.
But that's pretty much what I've been doing. I've just been tinkering away. Whenever I get a couple like minutes, or like right now, I've just had it downloads going for days. Like I had like Dreamcast games downloading, GameCube games on here.
I would love to do that. I might do that. That'd be a good idea to do. Fuck.
It's this list is very extensive.
You might need to send me a link of whatever SD card you got so I can get that too.
I will do that for you, sir.
Yeah, because I'm about to start gaming. But yeah. As far as games go, what have we been playing? What have you been playing in the meantime besides all these downloads over on your Steam Deck?
Cuphead DLC, Delicious Last Course.
How's that been? Like, is it like?
I love it.
Does it feel worth it? Like, obviously
Yes.
it's good.
Yes,
but like, is it
worth it?
for how long you've waited for it?
Yes, because they've
Okay.
not only do you have this new character, her mechanics are kind of different. There's just different types of stages. Like in original Cuphead, you had the bosses or the side-scrolling, just get to the end of the stage type stages.
And the plane.
The plane.
Like
Oh
when
yeah,
you're
yeah,
plane.
the plane. Yeah. In those. This has those, but also has like this. It's this character you find, this king character. I forgot his name, but it's like a gauntlet, and you have to defeat these bosses when you can't shoot them. You have to defeat them with all parries, and it's dope. You have to kind of dodge all the attacks, and at some point they're going to expose that like pink thing,
and you got to hit that.
You got to hit that, but they're very creatively done, and it's
I like
a
that.
lot of fun.
Nice.
It's a lot of fun. I haven't.
Are you playing
it
on Switch? I assume.
No, I got it on Xbox.
Okay.
But funny you say that. I downloaded the Switch version for my Steam Deck. That's another thing that's like super clutch, because now, like indie games, I could just be like, all right, I'll get this on Steam. But if it came to Switch, I can just download the Switch version and put it on my Steam Deck.
See, that's the thing with emulation. Like, I like it depending on the game. Indie, I'm not 100% because I feel bad about indies if I'm not spending the money. You know what I mean?
Depends on the game. Like certain games, I'm going to spend the money.
Yeah. Like one of those things, like I like the option of like a lot of games don't offer you demos anymore to even try it. I feel like if indie games, which I know that they're already putting in as much work as they already fucking can, if like all of them were like, be like, here's like a fucking demo before you buy, and then like you can buy within the demo, I'd be more like okay with it, because like I don't know, because that I'd rather emulate it and then be like, I really like this, and then go buy it, if that makes sense.
That makes sense.
Because like that's the demo nowadays. It's like try the emulation. If you want to support the studio, then go buy it. But like as opposed to God of War on PS4, I'm like, oh yeah, man, let me fucking go buy it straight away. Like if I can get that on my Steam Deck and I've never played it before, I'm just fucking playing that. I'm not buying that shit. No.
Yeah.
But that's just me.
But see, then that's the thing, because I feel the same way. Like these indie games I found, these are like old ass, like games that have made all their money already. And I was like, I never played that, so I want to play that.
Yeah.
I have my wish list on Steam is full of a bunch of indie games that I'm going to purchase because I want to support them.
Mhm.
And 9 times out of 10, these indies aren't like expensive.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I don't mind spending. There's certain games that I found, even that aren't indie games, that I was like, nah, I'd rather just buy that straight out.
Mhm.
Like, I've never played Resident Evil 4, and everybody always says how that's like one of the best, if not the best, Resident Evil game. And I know they're about to remake it. So I think before they do that, I'm going to actually purchase it on Steam. And
you're going to purchase the OG version before the new one?
I'm going to purchase the OG one and play it on Steam.
All right.
Because I found like the GameCube version.
Mhm.
And they say that's one of the best versions, but I was just like, I don't like, and it's like two separate files, like 2 discs. I was like, if it's on Steam, I'd rather just buy the full version as one thing and not.
It can't be too different. Yeah,
right.
I feel that. That's cool though. Yeah, but delicious last course has been delicious.
It's been delicious, very delicious.
Nice.
I started the first Mario and Rabbids game.
Okay.
Just to finally, I've had that on my Switch for a year and I've never opened that game once. I started it. I haven't played it enough to really give a full on how I feel about it. Like I just got through like the intro stage, and the only reason I haven't played it is because that was the morning I started playing it. I'm like, all right, and that was the morning. It's like, I think we need to go to the hospital. The baby's coming. I was like, well, not playing that now. Time to go. I took my Switch to the hospital. We were in there for 3 days. I never turned my Switch on once.
Damn. Did Adrian get any game time on her Switch? I know you said that she was going to bring hers. No.
We both brought them. We didn't touch them.
Just watching ridiculousness on TV, I see.
She was like, you want to watch TV? I looked at her. I was like, no, I don't ever want to look at this hospital television.
It's the same hospital too, right?
Same hospital.
God
there
damn.
for 3 days. And I think I have fucking PTSD about that hospital because I'm in there. And the whole time I was like, I just want to go home. I've been in here way too much this year. I don't want to be in this, like, push that kid out so we can leave. I want to leave this place.
I have too much mental trauma in this place. We need to go.
We'd have to go.
God damn.
But other than that, I want to say that's it.
All right.
Because I had plans to play more shit, but baby time happened.
No, I feel you. As far as me, I've been doing the usual. I've been playing the beta for Overwatch 2 a little bit on the side. Not too much, because I've been dabbling back into regular Overwatch for the moment. Because I'm looking at it like all my shit's going to transfer to Overwatch 2 once that comes out. I might as well, instead of spending time like just playing a beta where nothing matters, actually playing this game where I'll get loot boxes and like I'll get the in-game currency. I can play competitive games so I can work towards like gold guns and stuff. Like at least stuff matters there still, as opposed to the beta where it's like all my stuff's there, but like I'm not getting loot boxes because loot boxes won't exist in 2. The in-game currency doesn't exist yet because it's a beta. And like they at the end of the game in Overwatch 2, there's not even like the stats like for like, oh, this is how many this you got a gold medal, blah blah blah. Like none of that's there because it's a beta. Like they'll show like the play of the game, but that's it.
Right.
And like it's fine, it's fun, you know, it's the same game. Well, couple character changes, which is fine, but nothing to like the characters that I play too much. Like I really main just Roadhog when it comes to tank, and he's pretty much the same except for his ultimate. Instead of in Overwatch 1 where you would just hit triangle or Q depending on keyboard or controller, and then you would just put like this giant wad of metal scraps in your gun that would just like keep shooting like in a spray. You have to hold R2 in Overwatch 2 to like choose to shoot it, which is better, and I like it a lot more, but like it's not groundbreaking, so like the character's the same to me. And then other than that, like some other characters I'm just like I'll just fill, and it's not a big deal. Other than that, I finished Red Dead Redemption 2.
Dope. Your funny clip.
Dude, I didn't know it was a prequel. I'm gonna just say it.
When you hit me up, I was like, yes. That was a big selling point of the whole thing.
Well, that was the thing when it came to Red Dead 2. I never had a console when that came out to play it. So I missed all the hype. I didn't care about any of like the news around it. Like around that time, I was just like, I don't care about games. Like I'm gaming with what I have, but like the new shit, don't care because I'm not gonna buy it because I don't have the funds because I'm a child. So I went into this and like I never even finished the campaign in Red Dead 1. I only really played online on Red Dead Undead Nightmare, like that version of the game, which I mean it's the same online, but whatever. And like that's what I liked, where it was like almost like GTA but cowboys.
Right.
And then playing this game, there's just so fucking much that you do in this game. Like I could not tell you how much time I put in this game off the top of my head. It was like weeks. I felt like I lived in this world. Like you literally, dude, it was, you had to like make sure your character was eating, that they had good health. You had to go fuck into a hotel and bathe every once in a while, or you'd be too dirty. And then like the fast travel doesn't exist. So you're literally riding your horse everywhere you need to go. But then also on the way, there's just random shit that happens. Like one time there's like a lady who's like, fucking help me, yo, my fucking horse died and landed on my leg. And then you have to help her like outside the horse, or you don't, because you could choose the endings. There's multiple endings. And then there's this like the same exact thing. And I'm like, oh, here's this again. And she's like, please help me, my horse died. But she's not stuck under it. She's just running into the road. And I'm like, what's the deal, ma'am? And then as I say that, she pulls her guns on me. And she's like, this is a stick it. And then there's like fucking
everybody comes out. Yeah.
There's like 8 dudes around me. And I'm like, I thought this was the same event. What the fuck? But it ain't. And I'm like,
they banked on you thinking that.
And it was done so well. And then there was some like weird shit that happened. There was like a hut out in the swampland with some guy. And he's like, hey, feller, you want to come in for a drink? And I'm like, free drink? My dead eye's low? Sure. That'll get my dead eye back up to max level. Awesome. I go in there, and as I walk in the door, he hits me over the head with a bottle and knocks me out. Turns out he stuck his penis in the butt of my character and then dropped the body somewhere else. And then Arthur wakes up and he's walking all weird.
I didn't see this when I played it.
Yes, he gets like, he straight up gets raped by this guy in the swamp. Yeah. But then you can go back to the guy in the swamp and be like, the fuck you do to me? Like, and that. And then there's like a murderer that's like on the loose, with like the 3 different bodies that are literally like cut up into pieces, and like one's like crucified on a rock, and then you keep finding clues and the severed heads and the mouths of like all the victims, and you finally find like the guy, and like you go down into this basement, and like there's just steam rising from the ground because there's just the most disgusting shit underneath this basement, like bodies torn apart, like some real fucked up shit. And then like he tries to do it to you, but you like one left hook and then he's immediately straight up knocked out. But it was so good. The fucking actors in that game are phenomenal. Every character is just so fucking cool. But then I get to the end and I finally realize, because I feel like it's long enough for a spoiler, but you change characters at a certain point. Like there's 5 chapters and then you change characters to a different one. That character you change to is the main character in Red Dead Redemption 1.
Oh yeah.
And that's what made it like snap
come back around.
I was like, oh shit, this is him. Because like in the main story, he's there the whole time, but I hear the name and I'm not processing anything because he doesn't look like he does in 1 yet. And then I like think about it. I'm like, wait a second. In 1, he's got like these scratches on his face. Like, what the fuck? And I literally witnessed him get attacked by a wolf in this game. Like I witnessed that happen. And I'm like, it was him the whole time. I'm like, fucking no shit. And then
blows your mind.
Dude, my brain fucking erupted. And then like the final scene before like the game is over and like you could just go do whatever, you know, in the world. is you as John Marston and Abigail, the wife, on this hill looking over this farmhouse that you bought. And I was like, holy shit, I recognize this area.
Mm-hmm.
And in Red Dead 1, that's where the graves are, where they're standing in the end of this game.
Oh yeah.
And I was like,
I didn't beat 2, but I heard about the ending.
Dude, my brain erupted. And then I literally watched like playthrough of 1 afterwards, because like I've heard story beats here and there and whatnot, but like I'm not gonna go fucking play that game because that's another 6 weeks of my life just gone. But it was so fucking good. I'm very happy to have played it. I'm not platinuming it. It's not worth my time. Not doing that shit.
A hell of a lot of work.
Yeah. But yeah, I just want to, after beating that, I want to explore more of the PlayStation collection, because I have like the big boy version. So like that's what I played first from it, which is fine, but like it took up like a month and a half just doing that, and then playing like Fortnite on the side with friends and shit and Fall Guys. But yeah, that's about all I've been playing.
Nice.
Did you watch Miss Marvel yet?
No, because when I was going to Baby Watch 2022 started happening.
Electric Poopaloo.
I haven't really watched TV in about a week or so, because like after we came home with the baby, my mom stayed here for a couple of days, just helping us out and stuff.
Yeah.
And we just been running around. He's had appointments. He had a doctor's appointment, and we just been running errands and getting things done and getting acclimated to him.
Mm-hmm.
And you know, newborns have zero sleep schedule, so it's just like whenever we're not doing any of that and he's napping, I'm napping. I'm going to sleep.
I feel that.
So it's been like when I've had little moments of time, I'm just tinkering on the Steam Deck for like an hour, then stopping, then going back up, hanging out, figuring shit out, doing my usual, coming back down, checking the downloads. Like, okay, did this game download? Good. I'll load in the SD card, run back upstairs, come back, set like 6 more games to download, go back upstairs. That's all I've been doing. And then sleeping. Damn. And I started back to work today.
Oh, you did? How was that? I know
really
you
hard. It's really hard to not work for 3 months and then go to work. It was one of those things where like you get there and it feels like what a first day of school type feeling, because everybody's like, "Oh shit, where you been? How's it? Oh my god, you're back!" Blah 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 blah. And let me tell you, that shit wore off and like I give it an hour, and I'm all, "Yo, what's up, man? What's up?" Dapping up people up, you know, shaking hands, everything. Then I sit down at my bench to do like, "Hey, all right, you're going to be doing this." I'm like, "All right." And then once the noise dies down, they walk away. It's just like, "Fuck, I'm back." And it's just like, nope, don't like it.
It's the way it be, man.
Yeah. So now that's on the table again, even though I'm about to be off again for 2 weeks because I'm granted paternity leave.
Oh shit.
So it's like I'm back for these 3 days and then I'm off for 2 weeks. And my goal in those 2 weeks is to find another job. I have to like really crack down now, because now I know what it's like to not be there.
Yeah.
Now I know what it's like to be back.
I feel that.
Hell no.
Hey man, look for those work for home jobs, man. A lot of them don't need experience too. They're just like,
well, email me them. Send me them, please.
I don't know them specific. I'm just saying a lot of them in general, because
listen, man,
we were talking about this, because a lot of these places, they don't want like experienced people. They want people that can be like, okay, cool, here's the mold that we want you to fit in, and then they'll just toss you in that mold and just wait until you fill it, and that's it.
They're hard to, I won't say they're hard to find, but they're a lot of their
far between.
Yeah, like a lot of the descriptions and shit don't say all of that.
Yeah.
No experience needed, but you should know this. It's like, well, then it's experience needed.
No, I feel that. Sometimes like when I just look at like LinkedIn and I just go to the entry level shit, or then even like what's the one fucking place, like even on Google, like just straight up Google apparently has like options for looking and shit. And you can just set it to be like entry level pay. This is the pay I'm looking for. And then see what the fuck's there. And then even if it's like just typing shit all day, like that's still better than being in a fucking factory where you got to wear steel toe boots all day.
Like, and that's the thing. Let me take the I don't want to say theatrics, but because I mean how I feel, but let me bring it down. I don't hate the people at my job. I don't think the job is a bad job. I just think I've been there long, like past the point I thought I would, and I've just outgrown my job. And
there's nothing left. There's no higher level.
Yeah, I just need something else.
No, I feel it.
That's where I am.
Yeah.
And then being home all that time made me realize like it would really be beneficial to my life to be able to be home.
Yeah.
And work.
True. I will say working from home though is dangerous. Like I was telling everybody on Saturday this, like with the new job, I like finished up like a bunch of work that I had assigned to me. And I was like, you know what? I'm going to take like a 5-minute break on my phone just to like decompress for a second. Cause like I was just like plugging away for like 2 hours straight and like just like a podcast on the side just so I could like brain occupied, but also not. And then I'm like sitting on my phone, like, okay, here comes TikTok. And I'm like scrolling, watch a couple videos here and there, couple giggles, couple like, well, I should send this to this person. Oh, okay. I look back up at the clock. It was 15 minutes past the time I should have clocked out. I was on my phone for 45 minutes. And I was like, I was so fucking like, I had this like wide eye moment of like, I can't do this again. And like, since then I've just been like, not doing it. Like it's podcasts only. Like I started a whole new podcast, which another thing that sucked. I started up the Tiger Belly podcast with Bobby Lee and Kalila, the comedian and his girlfriend. I started up that podcast. I like got caught up. I listened to every episode in the past like month or so.
I love finding a good podcast like that.
And then last week they break up, like in real life, like their like relationship. To be fair, they're going to keep the podcast going. They're good friends, blah, 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 whatever. Still, but it's going to be a different dynamic.
The
now.
dynamic's
like,
going to be,
yeah. Then I started up a different podcast while watching that one as well. The Alana Pierce one with the guys from Funhouse and Rahul Kohli.
That's a good show.
The 3 Idiots in Abroad.
Oh, not that one. It's another one, Alana Pierce and other guys.
Troy Baker's in that one.
Yeah, that's the one I listened. That one's pretty good.
I got to listen to that one too. But fucking 3 Idiots in Abroad, the whole concept is that one of the dudes is just like constantly like moving abroad. And then fucking like they talk about that and then they just like bullshit the rest of the time. That's done now too after I just got caught up on it. And I'm like I was watching it and it's like up to episode 10 on one of Alana's channels. And I'm like, fuck, is there only 10 episodes? And they didn't make one last month? That sucks. I guess they stopped. And then I find it, she moved it to a different channel. So I'm like, oh, cool. There's 4 more episodes I can watch. And then right when I finished the 4th episode, she uploads the video. Hey guys, this podcast is canceled. And I'm like,
what was the reason?
One was like mental health for one of the people, and then also the dude who was like going all over the place is just in LA now and has no plans of going anywhere else. So like the concept is kind of dead.
Right.
But also this person has some mental health issues that need to be looked after and the podcast isn't helping. So I'm like, I'm not mad for the reasoning, but I'm also like, I just fucking watched every episode and I liked it a lot.
Got here.
Yeah. So I was kind of
that happen with podcasts.
It's whatever.
Like I always talk about Giant Bomb, their podcast, and I think I started watching them. I think trying one, so maybe like 5 years ago, 4 to 5 years ago, I started listening to that podcast, and they're already like hundreds of episodes in. But you find a new podcast and you kind of feel like you discovered it. Yeah. So it's just like, all right, whatever. I'm here for the ride. But, they're referencing things that happened hundreds of episodes ago with a whole different cast. Like they had like a
Sugar Mouth.
There you go. They swapped out mad hosts and everything, and it's reached a certain version of the show. It's just like us. Right.
Sounds familiar.
Right.
Buy our Patreon. Coming soon.
And then recently, the main guy, Jeff Gerstmann, he left the show, and he's like the draw.
Yeah.
So he goes on Twitter like, hey, today's my last day at Giant Bomb. And I'm looking at my phone like, no, you can't go. I just got here. Yeah. I know you've been here for years.
It's like all these podcasts that we just like start fucking finding. There was another one that I started. I was gonna start. I didn't. It was called Come Town.
I heard of Come Town. Is that over too?
Yes, it just ended because I've been following this dude who's a stand-up comedian, Stavros. He's fucking hilarious. He's part of the Come Town podcast. And I was like, you know what? I'll go fucking listen to Come Town. That sounds like a good podcast to listen to because Stavros is funny. He hangs out with streamers. Just released a stand-up special on YouTube that was fucking great. I'll listen to that. And then like I see a clip of him on like someone's Twitch stream and he's like, yeah, I'm not doing the podcast anymore. And I'm like, I didn't even start. Right. I just had the idea to start. And now you're going to do this to me. Like, as if it's an attack on me personally or some shit. But I was like, motherfucker, like those episodes are still there. And she goes, listen still, but like, goddamn.
It's weird, man. And then since I've not been working, I used to listen to podcasts all day at work.
Yeah.
But since I've not been working, I kept up with two. It was Giant Bomb and the Joe Budden podcast. So, because they were like my main two. Like I'll listen to, I have a whole list, but I'll always go to there first. I got to catch up with these two. Everything else is secondary.
I feel that.
So
I feel that entirely.
The Giant Bomb thing happened, which was fine because the show kept going just without that guy. But that guy started his own solo podcast. So now it's like, well, now I got to listen to that one. So now I have three. I have to listen to these three podcasts before I go to everything. But everything else has fallen to the wayside. Like I'm so far behind on every other podcast I listen to because I wasn't stuck at a bench all day.
Yeah.
So when I finally get to my phone, like, all right, well, I have to listen to these three now.
I mean, you got a backlog of content now, which is nice.
Yeah, true.
But could you imagine if that happened to us? There was a separate podcast that was made.
And like with one of us or just
no, in our situation specifically, like we kept going, but there was a new podcast that was made.
Man, wasn't that a thing? It was about to, no. It was about to be a Twitch channel.
Yeah, and then it didn't happen. I don't know. It's whatever. That's fucking funny. But yeah, life happens, and then you podcast. That's the fucking podcast title. Life happens, and then you podcast.
That's a good title.
That's a good title.
That's a good title for a podcast, like a legitimate, like full-blown podcast.
That should have been the Patreon pod, but then it's fine.
We're here now.
It's our title now. Nobody can take it because it's the title. That's the way it works.
This podcast is now a podcast about talking about podcasts.
There are podcasts like that, which is funny to me. Like I listen to the Major Wrestling Figure podcast, and I don't collect wrestling figures. I just like the dudes. And fucking, there's like a podcast that like gets posted the day after, like talking about what was talked about on the podcast. And I'm like, bro, y'all need to come up with a better idea because that's just boring in my opinion, humbly. But yeah, that's what we've been intaking. I finished Miss Marvel, by the way.
Okay. What are your thoughts?
I really like the last episode.
Okay, I'll watch it just for that reason.
Yeah. The thing is, the last episode, I like it a lot because it actually feels like it's going to make a difference to the larger MCU, as opposed to other things like Moon Knight feels like it's in its own world.
Yeah.
What's the other ones that were Marvel? Captain America and Winter Soldier. Those. That feels like it was in its own world, even though there's a movie coming soon. I forget what the other Marvel ones were. Not that it matters, but then like
WandaVision, Loki.
WandaVision kind of did, but then Doctor Strange sucked. And then I saw Thor: Love and Thunder.
How did you feel about that movie? Because I'm seeing a lot of mixed reviews, and I have not seen this movie.
I'm gonna preface this. I don't like Thor.
Mm-hmm.
Let's just get that out the gate.
Mm-hmm.
When it comes to that movie, it was very messy. Like the thing with Phase 4, what this all is right now, and it's not that it's a bad thing. It's just that it's different because in the original 3 phases, it was all building up to one thing.
Mm-hmm.
This and it felt like that even when like watching Iron Man 1. Like if you watched Iron Man 1 back in the day with like the post-credit scenes and all that shit, it felt like it was building to something. It's starting something. Like you knew it was leading somewhere, even though this in the broad scope of it, you didn't realize it was going to be that big. This doesn't feel like it's leading anywhere. This whole entire Phase 4, all the shows don't feel like they're connected to the movies. The movies don't feel connected to each other at all. And then like this movie specifically, it's just a Taika Waititi movie, which isn't bad. It's just that it's a Taika Waititi movie. It's not an MCU movie.
Right.
And I'm like there's really good jokes. There's really corny jokes. Full frontal ass shot of Chris Hemsworth, which was nice. I'm not gonna lie, dude has a nice ass. And like it was just okay. And then Christian Bale's performance was good, but also didn't make any sense to me. Like one moment it was like, I really understand what he's doing this and why he's doing this stuff, but then we don't actually see him do the things that he like. We don't get to see him be Gore the God Butcher. We just see the gods butchered. If that makes sense.
I get what you mean. Yeah.
And like that's fine. I get it if you don't want to show that, but like,
but you wanted him to live up to his name. Yeah.
And then there's a really weird scene with him too, which it's really well acted, but it doesn't make sense as a whole. And now that's all I'll say about that. But I really like what they did with Jane Foster and the Mighty Thor. I loved her performance and all that story. They did justice to the comics as far as I can tell and what I like about it. But then at the same time, I was just like, I don't care about what happens in this movie. The post-credit scene, the first one was neat, but I also don't care. And then the second one was kind of like, oh, that's cool. Okay. And I was like, I could have just left and read about that. And I don't like that. I don't like that feeling.
Yeah.
But
would you compare it to that's how I felt about the Doctor Strange post-credit scene. Would you compare it to that? Or the
Doctor Strange, the second one, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. The second Doctor Strange one made me mad. It was like I wasted my time seeing this because it was just a Sam Raimi reference, which is fine. But like I wasted my time to see that. This one, it's not like a waste of time. It is a cool thing that happens. Okay. But it's also like, I don't, whatever. Overall, if I had to grade it, I'd say 6 out of 10. Like it's an average movie.
That's what I'm saying.
I don't care. Like nothing in the MCU is grabbing me right now besides the TV shows, except for Miss Marvel. But like the Miss Marvel, the finale was phenomenal. I loved it. There was some things I wish there were more of. Like there were shots where I was like, can we see more of her doing her powers type stuff? Because she like comes into her own, obviously, in the finale. Yeah. It's a superhero show. Obviously, that's how it goes. But like, I wanted to see more of her doing her thing. And like, there was a lot of stuff that didn't matter, which is fine.
Yeah.
And then the post-credit scene to the show actually ties in to the MCU, as opposed to like Moon Knight, where it's like about Moon Knight.
Yeah.
And then
you're going to see more Moon Knight happen.
Yeah. WandaVision, where it's like about WandaVision, kind of, but then leads into Doctor Strange. But also, I feel like Doctor Strange did piss poor job of going from WandaVision to Doctor Strange. Didn't really work well. That's all I have to say.
It seems to be how people feel about this phase of Marvel right now. It seems to be what you said. It seems to be like, I don't know. Everybody doesn't know where it's going. Everybody's saying it's kind of boring.
Yeah.
I don't really know how to feel about it because I feel like I'm not saying I completely disagree because I don't, but I feel like in the previous 3 phases, the last 10 years of Marvel, at this point, did we know where it was going? Because I feel like we just had Iron Man, like the first Captain America, and Thor.
I feel like with those 3, we knew where it was going, if that makes sense. Like, we were like, okay, we're going to like an Avengers type thing. And then Avengers comes out and we're like, oh, there's more, because that didn't end where it was.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like I don't know. It just, nothing seems to make sense together anymore, which is the thing that's weird to me. Like, Loki kind of ruined the MCU, I think, because of how good it was, but then also like kind of saying fuck you to everything at the same time. Like, they're not explaining like the difference between alternate universes and like realms and shit well, in my opinion, for like the layman's term fan, because like you have different realms, which is like Thor like has, you know, like there's Valhalla and blah 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 and all this shit, and where what's it called used to be Asgard and shit, that's in a different realm, and there's hell and there's that, but like they're not explaining that well, and it doesn't feel complete. And it's like you have to watch like all these fucking Easter egg videos just to understand like what you just saw. Like, and that's not good in my opinion. Like, I can watch the first 10 years of Marvel and get everything I need to know if I didn't know anything about comics in those 10 years of Marvel. for this like past 3-4 years, maybe, I think it is. I am so confused on how these are all in the same universe, because none of them are doing anything with each other anymore, and nothing matters to anything happening anywhere else. No one's calling on help from anyone else. It's just fuck all. Everyone's doing their own shit.
Well, wouldn't someone argue, and I'm just playing devil's advocate, I'm not saying I agree with this. Wouldn't someone argue the whole calling for help from anyone, the whole Spider-Man, Doctor Strange thing?
I don't even think that was done well. To be fair, I feel like that was on the heels of Endgame. So like they could do it, and that was the only way they could tell that story. And it was the whole deal with like, you know, Sony and like, we get Spider-Man, but we'll give you Spider-Man for one movie, but you got to give us one of your characters for the movie so that, you know, we can get the hype up. But I don't know. It's a mess, and not a good one. That's the sad part. The first 10 years was a mess, but it made sense and came together in a clean way. Like, you can't tell me that Eternals makes any fucking sense in this whole entire MCU section.
I completely forgot about Eternals till you said that.
Like, Eternals happened, and I'm like, there's literally a giant celestial being that was bigger than Earth just came down and grabbed some people at the end off the planet, and you're telling me nothing is happening to like address that? Like, nobody out like on the other side of the park that's a suit, like, well, I don't even remember what city that was in on the top of my head, but it doesn't matter. Like, you telling me that fucking Spider-Man preemptively before, you know, all the shit happened in No Way Home and all that crap, didn't see a giant fucking celestial come down? You're telling me Doctor Strange didn't see that and want to have to do something?
Right.
Bullshit.
Right.
Bullshit. Same thing with like, it doesn't make sense. Like, they're all in the same spot. The Earth isn't a big planet, guys. The galaxy's big, and that's why the Guardians are out there by themselves. I don't know. I'm a nitpicky piece of shit. Let's just put it that way.
But I mean, that's why we're having this conversation. That's why I'm talking to you. But I think that there's things. I do agree that this phase is kind of oddly paced and seems dejected and kind of separated. I feel like something is coming, because they pretty much said something is coming. But at the same time, because we still got Fantastic Four, see what they do with them, which leads me to believe there's going to be some kind of Doctor Doom shit happening.
That's already been kind of leaked by Howard Stern, of all people.
Yeah, I saw that too, and I was like, is that accurate? Anyway, And the mutants are coming, so X-Men are going to show up whenever they feel like showing up. So I feel like, all right, I feel like as far as Thor, Spider-Man, and Doctor Strange go, and I guess you can throw Black Panther in there. People are holding on to them and expecting great things from them because we just got Endgame, and you guys are products of Endgame. So we're holding on to the hype. We were this high, and now we're just lost. And I feel like people want the high again. And I feel like in order to get that, they have to muddle through these characters they're not too familiar with and these storylines that they're not familiar with. The first couple phases in the last 10 years of Marvel was so easy to get. It was much more palatable because you had the fucking tent poles of the Avengers. It's so easy to digest. Like everyone knows Iron Man, Captain America, Hulk, et cetera, et cetera. Everybody knows this time. Because even when Shang-Chi was coming out, I was like, who is that? Yeah. Eternals.
But then that movie was phenomenal, though.
It was great. It was one of the best ones of this phase.
Yeah. I still think it's 100%. I think it's the best one. I don't count Spider-Man, even though it technically is. Yeah. Like, it's in the phase, but it's a Sony production, and it doesn't feel like it's going to matter.
If you want to be real, we said it already. That movie was an excuse to get all three of them.
Yeah. It was a nostalgia porn movie. Yeah. Like, without the nostalgia, if Tobey Maguire and Andrew Garfield were neither Spider-Man in the in the real world ever, and then they just happened to show up in that movie, nobody would give a fuck. They'd just be like, oh, 2 more Spider-Man came in, whatever. And that wouldn't be interesting. But I don't know.
They knew what they were doing with that.
Yeah.
The movie was just to shoehorn some hype. Because they knew that would do it, and it worked.
Fucking hook, line, and sinker.
Hell yeah! I'm saying this, but it worked on me. Like, that was great.
I cried in a movie theater as a grown man, seeing 2 people wearing spandex suits in red, blue, and spider webs on them. Yeah,
like, it worked, but I feel like, I guess the difference between this phase and the previous phases fucking earned it. Yeah. Even the bad movies in those phases earned it. You know what I mean? Like, they were still leading to the same place. I'll say that.
Yes. I was gonna make a meme about Thor: Dark World, but technically it introduced one of the fucking Infinity Stones. So yes. You can't go 10 years of straight movies. One of them is not, or a couple, they're not going to be all just bad. Yeah. But I think this phase so far is earning it in a different way. I think they're playing this super slow game. I think they're trying to get to a point where it's going to culminate, and then it's going to be that, oh shit moment. Oh, this is what they were doing. It's just that it's not as I don't think it's as graceful this time, in the least. Yeah. The main thing that I've been seeing people say is that it just feels like all these directors are just making movies that are them. Like, Sam Raimi made a Sam Raimi movie that had Doctor Strange in it. Taika Waititi made a Taika Waititi movie that had Thor in it. That's what's going on here. And every movie doesn't feel like it's in the same world anymore because they're being directed so differently compared to in the first phase or the first 10 years. If you watch any of those movies, it feels like it's in the same world. You can go from Iron Man to Winter Soldier and be like, yeah, this is the same world. Or Guardians of the Galaxy, even with that being in a different part in the universe, it's I could still understand how this is in the same world. It still feels the same. It still feels like a Marvel movie, as opposed to now where it's Taika Waititi movies are great. I fucking love his shit, but I'm this is just a Taika movie. Yeah. This is what we do in the Shadows Thor edition, and that's fine, but who cares,
I think one of the biggest issues is that as fans, even if storyline wise based on comics or whatever, even if you know what's going to happen based on that, you still don't want to see a movie and be able to just pick it apart.
Yeah.
Like kind of how you said this director did this. Like, I don't want to look at a movie and be like, oh, this happened because this person directed it. Like now because immediately you're taken out of the experience.
100%. Yeah.
And I think maybe this phase, even down to some of the shows, are suffering from that.
Yeah.
Not just knowing who made it or directed it, but just know it. Like, it's not the same experience. And I think people are looking for the last 10 years experience.
Yeah.
And I think they're changing it up.
I think
especially given the fact that there's shows now.
Yeah. The shows are just good though. Like overall, like I don't know if I'd consider them feeling in the same world, kind of like the movie situation.
Mm-hmm.
They kind of feel separate, but like I wouldn't mind if they came together type shit. Like, I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
I wanted more out of Moon Knight. I feel like that was the one that I was like, I need you guys to tie this to the main MCU a little bit more for me.
Mm-hmm.
Like they did a little bit by like mentioning Bastet, like the Black Panther deity, and like how like they're also in the afterlife and like that's down the road over there or some bullshit. But like it's not enough to make me believe, oh, this is Moon Knight in the MCU, you know? But it's not a universe anymore. It's not the Marvel Cinematic Universe. It's just like Marvel movies that exist. And I mean, I guess it's becoming more like the comics in that sense then, where it's just like each person has their own individual comic line, and sure, they're going to have the movies where they come together eventually, but nothing that happened in their individual stuff really matters in the team ups as of this point. But to each their own. It's fine. Those aren't the only movies out. Go see a different movie that's not a Marvel movie. Go watch the Minions.
The Minions cinematic universe.
Honestly, as of that point, those are more fucking making sense together, which is an actual statement. But let's get some video game news, guys. Let's do that.
We'll talk about games on this show.
Yeah. Well, and right now, let me scroll back a little bit to see how far back we got to go. I know the big news is obviously God of War, and we'll get to that. But I'm trying to remember. Did we talk about Mega Man Battle Network Collection, I think, last week?
Yes. I remember us talking about this. Yes.
All right. So then the first news story is that a trailer from HBO Max came out for Harley Quinn season 3 over there. I very much like this series, but I've never watched it, if that makes sense.
I watched season 1. Yeah, I didn't watch season 2.
I just didn't. I mean, it was on what's it called too? DC Multiverse or whatever it was called. And then that died, and then HBO bought it. And that's how it got there. But I watch like clips of this all the time. Like it's always on TikTok of like shit from the show, and it looks fucking phenomenal.
It is. It's pretty good.
I really like the idea of this season where it's like Harley and Poison Ivy just like going around as like this fucking power couple of just like fuckery almost. Like it's just straight fuckery. And I like the way it looks. It's cool with the different characters that they're bringing in and whatnot. I like it. I like it a lot. It looks pretty neat.
Dope.
Next,
ILCA. What game did they make? ILCA and Bandai Namco merged to form Bandai Namco Aces. ILCA was a developer on Pokemon Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl. So that should be interesting to see what they come together and make. Unless one of them is just supporting the other. Either way, this should be interesting. This isn't the first time Bandai Namco has worked with a Nintendo affiliated company. They worked with HAL Laboratories because they were producers on Smash 4, I think. I think it was Smash 4 where they came in, and then they were also worked on Smash Ultimate. So I don't think this is uncharted territory for Bandai. I think that's pretty good marriage. I think they're used to being in that kind of ecosystem.
All right. Next up, there's an Xbox Thor Love and Thunder Series X console being given away. It looks like Mjolnir but with a stick out the side. It's literally an Xbox with a stick out the side. That's straight up what it is. I don't think I would want this. So
it doesn't look bad. I don't think I'm breaking my neck to get it.
I think it looks bad. I think it looks bad because it's got it literally. If it was just Mjolnir and it had like the stick out the back, you know, like it's a hammer. Look at that, but it's also an Xbox. Sure, but they put the fucking movie logo.
Well, yeah, you know what? Because that immediately dates it.
Yeah, and like if you just see it and you see it's cracked Mjolnir, you know it's Thor: Love and Thunder. You don't need to fucking put the logo of the movie on it. It looks ugly. It looks bad. But yeah, now we're on the big news. Big news. God of War, baby.
God of War Ragnarok launches on PS4 and PS5 November 9th, 2022.
Now we're going to preface this that we literally said last week. I don't know if it was on the pod or if it was on some fucking. It was actually 2 weeks ago. 2 weeks ago. Yeah, sorry. 2 weeks ago. I don't know if we said it on the pod 2 weeks ago, but we said it to each other that they're not even going to fucking like do a showcase for it. They're just going to be like, here's the date, guys. And then like a fucking mini trailer or something. And then they fucking did that.
They did it.
Yeah.
They did it just like that because it's God of War.
The official release date is 11/9/2022 from the lovely folks at Santa Monica Studios. Got a really nice little cinematic animation with Boy and Kratos that was pretty cool.
Yeah.
And then a bunch of special editions that were put up for the game itself. You got the collector's edition and the Jotnar edition. Jotnar.
Yeah.
But in both of these editions, you get Mjolnir, which is pretty fucking slick. I don't think I will be getting the collector's edition at all. I don't know anyone who in our friend group might even be getting it, to be honest, because no, I don't need it.
I don't think I'm gonna get that, but it looks nice.
It looks cool. I'm there's an unboxing video on YouTube from like the devs where they're like, hey, look what you get. I might go watch that just because I want to see the hammer and shit. But like, I don't need to own that. I will get the pre-order that you get the snow outfits with them. The launch edition includes Kratos Risen Snow Armor and the Atreus Risen Snow Tunic cosmetics. So that's pretty neat. But besides Mjolnir, you also get these two little figures of the Vanir twins. I don't know who they are, but that's a thing.
Right.
And then you also get a dice set as well, which looks like a set of D&D dice, if I'm correct. But those are dwarven ones for the collector's edition, and then for the Jotnar edition, you get Brock's dice, which are like themed to like, you know, Brock, the smith, one of the two brothers.
Right.
So there's that, and then you get a little map as well of the area, which is pretty neat, and a steel book, which looks very, very fucking cool. I don't think I'll be getting a collector's edition by any means, but I'm excited to see the people that do, and I'm very excited for this fucking game. I'm just glad that it actually is this year. Like I literally called it too that it would be Christmas time because it makes sense because snow. It's a snowy time. It's Ragnarok. Snow, Christmas. There's that. I also drafted it. I drafted it in our fantasy league, and it's gonna get me some points, baby.
When we posted this, you definitely were the first comment, like, "Oh shit!" All caps.
Yeah, I was like, "Fuck yeah, my points!" I was fucking mad too because I forget what game I was trying to draft. I think I was trying to draft Overwatch 2, but Trevor beat me out, and I was trying to switch out Klonoa for Overwatch 2, and then I forgot to look for a different game to switch out for Klonoa, and then Klonoa came out, and I got 2 points.
2 points.
Just 2.
Dope.
And I was like, well, holding up 4th place really strong right now. So there's that. But this should give me a nice boost, to say the least. But I'm excited for this game. Day one, playing this game, requesting off.
Gotta do it.
Probably. Literally going to play this. What date is that? Like, what day of the week is it? 11. Let's go to 11 real quick. 11 is blah, 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 blah.
November 9th.
November 9th is a Wednesday. I feel like I'd have enough. Yeah, November 9th is a Wednesday. Maybe I could request off 9th, the 10th, and then the 11th, and then I have the 12th and 13th for the weekend to also play. So I have 5 days of God of War.
Oh, you're just going to beat it. I know how you do.
Yeah. Platinum that shit. First week it's out.
Yeah, I played it twice. I'm 5 hours in.
Listen, just tell them to take your fucking baby hours. What are they called again?
Paternity.
Those. Take those and take 3 of the days and move it to November.
You can't. You have to use it within the first 180 days of when your child is born. That's 3 months.
Fuck.
Yeah, doesn't work like that.
Fuck.
I learned that today.
It's literally a month away. If this baby just stayed in there for another month, you could have played God of War.
That baby needed to come out when he came. He needed to come out before when he came.
I know he's rocketing away with shit right now. Obviously, he needed to come out. But yeah, man, I'm requesting the fuck off to play that game. I know a couple people in the Discord probably are too.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe Aunt will. We'll see what happens.
I will. I am.
You are.
Yeah.
Nice.
I've already made it up in my mind. Yeah, for sure.
Hell yeah. 3 days of just God of War.
We'll all be gods.
And then the weekend. And then the weekend of God of War. Fuck.
Gods of the weekend.
Yes. But then in sad news, Forspoken, the game that kind of came out of nowhere, in my opinion. When the first
game has been advertised for years now.
Yeah, but like that first trailer, or like that, was it a showcase specifically for it? Where the actress was talking about it. Remember that one? We streamed it, I think.
It was a PlayStation event.
Yeah. I felt like it came out of nowhere, like in general there. Like they've been talking about it, but like when that happened, I was like, oh,
it had a
this is out of
name
nowhere.
Before Forspoken. I don't even remember what it is now.
Yeah. But Forspoken was pushed back. It says, as a result of the ongoing discussions with key partners, we have made the strategic decision to move the launch date for Forspoken to January 24th, 2023. All game elements are now complete and development is in its final polishing phase. We'd like to thank you for your continued support and patience on this journey. Your excitement for the game inspires us every day, and we cannot wait to share more about Forspoken with you later this summer. So we'll hear more soon.
That's a nice drawn out way to say, hey, we heard God of War is coming out around the time we were going to come out. So we're coming out the top of the year.
Hey, we're scared.
Yeah.
And we want to make money. I mean, yes, we get it. I mean, nobody's. Oh, no, I don't want to say nobody. I was going to say nobody's excited for this game, but I'll rephrase it. Nobody's excited for this game on the same level as they are for God of War.
Yeah, no. Definitely.
So, like, it will get overshadowed, and that will be bad. Yeah, I would feel bad if this game came out around the same time as God of War and it went under the radar, because it looks like it's going to be fun and it's going to be a good game. So giving it some space to breathe after God of War, a little bit after Christmas, people got their Christmas money. If they saved it, they could pick up Forspoken a little bit later.
Mm-hmm.
It's a good plan. Good plan, in my opinion.
Yeah, you know what they're doing.
Hell yeah.
Smart move by them.
Next, what is the next thing? I posted a TikTok.
Oh, for that Fraymaker game
Fraymaker indie game. It's a platform fighter. Apparently it's like based off of a bunch of indie games, so it's like the smash of indie games, I think is what it is, if I'm remembering right. I could just click on the TikTok.
They got a couple of those. Indie smashes.
So it's a bunch of indie characters inside of a Smash based game.
Mm-hmm.
Pixel art based. Some characters like Octodad are in it. Right. The Getting Over It guy in a pot with like the sledgehammer is in it. Trying to recognize a couple other of these. I thought that was the Among Us guy, but it's definitely not. Newgrounds tank guy is in it, which is really cool. Do I recognize any others? Don't think so. I'm not much of a indie guy, so I don't recognize most of these. But
let me look at this.
A lot of cool characters, to say the least.
It's very fluid. Like I do want to play this game.
Yeah,
Is this out already?
I think you can wishlist it on Steam is what it says at the end. But that looks pretty neat. Definitely check it out over in our Discord in the gaming news section. I posted the TikTok for it. You can go follow them over on TikTok and follow them for updates. They've been posting a lot, but like the gameplay looks extremely smooth. Pixel art looks great. I'm not good at these games, but I'm sure Ant will beat me at it a couple times if we get it on Steam or some shit.
This shit looks fluid as hell. I want to play.
Yeah. Next up from CLD. You buying this?
Lego Super Mario Mighty Bowser set coming October 1st for $269.99. No, I am not buying that.
Dude, it's so fucking big. Holy shit.
That's what she said.
It is.
It's nice.
It's okay.
But,
I like the Nintendo block. Not the Nintendo block. The question block that they did.
Yeah, that was nice.
That one was cool because it had like the fold out on the side and then like the top would rotate and it was like different levels and shit from Mario. That I thought was very cool.
That was dope. I do remember that.
This just seems big to be big, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
But I ain't paying $270 for that type of shit. Next up from Frankie, he posted a link from some GameStop news. Breaking news, the GameStop CFO is out. Layoffs across the company, including at GameStop proper and Game Informer. Unclear how hard people have been hit, but doesn't sound small. Quote, a number of reductions have started per a company memo.
That's terrible. And like, this isn't the first time something like this has happened. And I only know this because I used to listen to Game Informer's podcast, and GameStop owns Game Informer now.
Yeah.
And when the layoffs happened before, it was devastating to the company. And now that it's happening again, I follow some of those Game Informer guys on Twitter, and they're like, this is bullshit. I didn't think I would wake up today and just be laid off.
That's insane.
Yeah, like it is insane. It's unfortunate. So, GameStop continues to be shitty.
Not surprising.
Yeah.
It's crazy too, because I keep seeing like all these TikToks and like shit like of like GameStop stuff going on like hella sale. And I'm like, shit's lining up for bad reasons, obviously. But I don't know, man. GameStop is very sad nowadays. Like I remember I went into GameStop a week ago, and I always have these like thoughts like these employees are like, that they're like trained to do the thing where they're like, oh yeah, can I help you with something, blah, 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 like all that shit. And it annoys the fuck out of me personally. Because I'm just like, leave me alone. I know what I want. I know more than you,
Right.
But I went in this time and they weren't doing that. They were like, hey, and I'm like, hey, what's up? And I expected the question. I was bracing for it, for the, what can I help you with? But then they just kept bullshit talking behind the register, and they were shit talking customers that they had the previous day. And in my mind, I was like, what if I was like a secret shopper or something, Yeah, no,
that means they really didn't give a fuck.
Yeah, like I could be some dude that's just like walking in and looking for a second at toys, because that's what I am. But at the same time, I could also be like a dude who's going to go report back to corporate that you didn't do the thing. And now I'm like they didn't do what they were supposed to do, but like they're just like bad mouthing customers for some reason. Like there was this one lady, she smelled so fucking bad and she was a bitch. And I'm like, I just walked in. I'm only at the Funko Pops. I'm not even at the games yet.
Like Funko Pops, and someone's already getting called a bitch.
Like I was like, Jesus Christ. But like, and it's fine. Like I don't give a fuck if you want to talk shit. But I'm like, also like, bruh, like I don't do that at my job. What the fuck?
Yeah, it's crazy, yo.
But yeah, GameStop is sadly going downhill, and it's gonna keep going until it's gone. And then we can only buy games at Best Buy.
Yep.
Which I kind of do already when it comes to physical games. Yeah. Next up, Ubisoft is making some bullshit moves again. They when over on Steam, if you go to the game Assassin's Creed Liberation HD, they pretty much made it not accessible after the date of September 1st, 2022. If you already bought it, you're screwed. You don't get your money back. You don't get nothing. There's literally just a little thing at the bottom that says, hey, after this date, game's gone.
Seems to me. I didn't get to read this one.
Yeah. It's very weird. The way that it's quoted, it says Ubisoft is making a precedent on Steam as Assassin's Creed Liberation HD will not be accessible following September 1st, 2022, even if you already bought it, a bar new low for consumers, which is hilarious because during the Steam summer sale, it was 75% off. So people were buying it and playing it. And now those people are very not happy because that game is going to be gone. Yeah, also, I should really put streamer mode on because y'all motherfuckers are just popping off in the Discord and I just keep hearing badoops.
Badoop. I'm hearing it too.
Give me 1 second to do that. Because actually, it doesn't matter that it's happening on my end because your audio is recording from Zoom. Oh, well. Stop talking and being friends, guys. Discord. Yeah. But there's further updates on this story, actually. Sorry.
Oh, okay. No.
Scrolling down from 2 days ago, the notice has been changed saying the base game will still be playable. Also, Assassin's Creed Liberation HD is back on Steam at its original price of $19.99. So I guess this is like an online service game. And that pretty much the base game of like single player shit will still be allowed to be played, but any multiplayer will be completely taken off of Steam.
Oh.
So I guess that's somewhat okay, but at the same time, if people bought this for 75% off during the Steam summer sale and it was to play with friends or something,
nope.
Kind of a dick move right there, guys.
Yep.
But here we are. Next up, tell me what the fuck this is, Ant, because I don't know.
Nintendo announced randomly, like they seem to do all their announcements now, Kirby's Dream Buffet, a game coming to Switch, which to me is just Fall Guys, but they did a bunch of Kirby's.
Yes.
It's like, it literally looks like Fall Guys to me.
Oh, 100%. But you're like, it's almost like Super Monkey Ball Fall Guys, if that makes sense.
Yeah, I can see that. Because at first I'm like, is this a racing game?
I mean, Fall Guys kind of is. Yeah.
It is, but like strictly racing, like on some Mario Kart shit. But I was like, no, because they're doing little things and there's obstacles everywhere. And then it just hit me. I'm looking at it, I'm like, this is just Fall Guys.
Yeah.
But
Kirby's, it did give us the best image ever, though, which is now on the screen.
There it is.
Yeah.
Because Chris did not forget.
Maybe.
That would be hilarious.
I might. I mean, to be fair, I have to edit this tomorrow, so maybe I won't forget. Hey, audio amigos, you want to help me out and remind me?
My sleepy eyes are like, oh, that's right. I have to edit this tonight.
Shit. Yeah. So luckily, we don't have to answer any questions. And all the questions are going to be saved for Patreon podcasts, I believe.
That is true.
If I am correct, I believe. I don't know. Let me double check that while you report on this last story.
I don't see any that we have to report on. Bayonetta 3 has been announced for Nintendo Switch, of course, and with a release date of, hold on, let me get that for
October 28th.
There we go. Chris did it.
It's in the description of the YouTube video.
There, I'm stupid.
You have sleepy eyes and you're fine.
2022, this year. This was already rumored to be coming out this year. Bayonetta 3 was announced last year, I think, during a Nintendo Direct. The same Direct that had the Kirby game.
Yeah. It was the last thing in the Direct too, right?
Yeah.
It was like a big boss fight, if I remember, in like a city.
Yeah. So that's dope. I've never played a Bayonetta game. I always heard they were pretty cool. Might have to try that just to get it. Even if I don't stick with it, I'd like to try it to see how I feel about it. So
yeah,
maybe that'll happen. So Bayonetta 3, big news for Nintendo. I still feel like Nintendo has something up their sleeve. outside of this and the Kirby game because I don't know. They didn't. This is the first year in a while there was no just big Nintendo Direct. Major.
I don't think
Direct.
they'll have anything, man. I think this year is just a dud for them. If you think about it, this might be their big game.
I think they're going to announce something, but it'll be announced this way. I feel like their new thing is just randomly on a Tuesday afternoon. Like, here you go. Like both of these are just announced, just like out of nowhere in the middle of the day.
Yeah, Nintendo announcements are like the equivalent of like a "you up" text, you know? Like
really
that's what they're just like, yo, you up? And then it's just
good.
Bayonetta 3 dick pic, you know?
Yeah.
But I don't know, man.
You up? Here's Mad Kirby's fighting for a goal.
With this face.
Right.
All right. Fucking A. But I don't know, man. I don't know if I'd ever play a Bayonetta. I like the look of the guns. I think they're cool.
Mm-hmm.
But at the same time, I feel like it's not my type of game personally.
Mm-hmm.
I'd try it. I just don't want to spend money on it, which means that I might need to be doing the Steam Deck thing that you're doing and get 1 and 2 that way. But maybe 3 that way as well, 2 days after it comes out. But yeah, man. Let me just double check. The last bit of news that we have is over on the Instagram that we follow that we very much love.
Sega announced the Genesis Mini 2.
Oh,
they're dropping.
shit.
That was announced today.
Nice.
And I'm like, I do not need that in the slightest. Why are they doing this to me?
I feel that. But then I guess this will be our last story before we close it out for the night, so Ant can try and get some sleep tonight. After haphazardly just throwing this audio up, because honestly, fuck it. PlayStation Plus this coming July, which is the month we're in. The game catalog of games that are being added for the PlayStation Plus Extra and Premium subscribers, as well as classic catalog titles for Premium subscribers, are going to be available starting July 19th. This is the list and lineup as follows on July 19th. Mm-hmm. For PS4 and PS5, we have Final Fantasy VII Remake, and then Final Fantasy VII Remake Intergrade, and then we also have Marvel's Avengers. Why? And then the big one is Stray.
That's dope that they're giving that out.
Yeah. So Stray will be available not for free, but for premium subscribers. I think it's just premium as opposed to plus extra. I think premium is the highest tier, and that's what I think you get it for. I'm really excited for that. That game I've been looking forward to for a while now. I think it looks very interesting, and I'm more so curious about like the world story, which is very cool to me. Like it's literally like if you wanted to play Cyberpunk, but you didn't want any of the bullshit, you know?
Mm-hmm. I get what you're saying.
It's just, here's the world. It's really cool. You're a fly on a wall, but instead of a fly, you're a feline, you know, which is pretty neat. I also have this drafted in my fantasy league, so hopefully it does well, because I'll play it on stream as well that next week. So
yeah, we're gonna roll.
I hope. Everyone else has got some pretty hefty scores that I need to catch up to. But other titles include Assassin's Creed Unity, Assassin's Creed 4, IV is 4, yeah. Black Flag, Assassin's Creed Rogue Remastered, Assassin's Creed Freedom Cry, Assassin's Creed the Ezio Collection, Saints Row 4 Re-Elected, Saints Row Gat Outta Hell, Spirit of the North Enhanced Edition, Ice Age, Scrat's Nutty Adventure,
everybody's favorite,
Jumanji the video game, Paw Patrol on a Roll, and Ready Set Heroes. So that is all that's being added over on it's next week. So July 19th, I think, is Friday, if I'm correct.
What's today?
13th. No, it's Tuesday next week. Yeah. So Stray will be out next week on that Tuesday as well. I'll most likely be playing that next week, Figure Friday. Will be a Stray stream. Stray stream.
I like that.
Yeah. Figure Friday Stray stream.
Stray stream.
Look at that. All that alliteration. Don't you love it?
You're doing a bang up job.
Hell yeah. But yeah, that's about all we have for news for you guys. This Friday, I'll be streaming again, obviously, for Figure Friday. I have some things lined up. I have these guys to open. Funko sodas.
Funko sodas.
These are like little soda cans, and they have like little vinyl guys inside. This one is specifically the Japanese TV series Spider-Man, who should be making an appearance in Spider-Verse, if the rumors are true.
Right.
But there's a chance to get a Chase variant where it glows in the dark. This is from the free comic book day offerings. I'm not a huge fan of Funko anymore. I do have some still back there, but I like these a lot. I like the simplicity of these, and I also like the can. Like the art on it is really neat. It's just like the size of a soda can, and it doesn't take up too much space. So we'll be opening these tomorrow. I got 2 to see if I could get a Chase. Hopefully I do. Join me for that.
Yo.
Yeah.
Get that Chase, dog.
And then I should also have that Red Hood tomorrow, and maybe some Nerf guns to talk about. But that should be a fun stream. I don't know what we're playing yet. Yeah, it's just point guns at the. We'll get banned.
Or Nerf
or nothing.
It's Nerf or nothing. You're right.
But yeah, that's about all that I've got coming up. I'm hoping that you get back to streaming soon.
Me too. It's about.
I know that you're busy.
Touch and go right now.
I've like lost the desire to make TikToks. I don't know if you've noticed or not, but like I've just like lost it. I don't know why.
I haven't been on there. I have my inbox on TikTok is so packed.
Yeah.
Y'all said I haven't seen a one. I have not been on TikTok.
I haven't posted a TikTok since I did the sideshow unboxing with like the Baby Yoda. Like that was the last video we posted, because like all the games that I'm playing are just like, hey, I'll play Overwatch 2 for a minute, and then like none of the clips are good. It's just like me getting irritated or some shit, because like I can't play well on stream for some reason, and then like Fortnite clips, and I'm not trying to become a Fortnite TikTok, so I'm not trying to get clips of that, because that's just annoying.
I gotta jump back on, man.
Yeah, it's fine. Once Stray comes out, those clips will be obviously
Y'all
good.
about to get mad cat.
All the pussy on our fucking TikTok.
There's so much pussy on the SB4Q TikTok.
We're gonna get banned from all the pussy, yo. God damn.
You've been banned because pussy.
Too much explicit content. But
too much wild cat on your TikTok.
But I want to play more like goofy games too. Like I'm gonna dive into the I have the premium PlayStation Plus shit, and I have hardly used it, so I'm gonna probably do some research tomorrow and some goofy games to download, and that'll be this coming Fridays. If you have any suggestions and you want to go check out what's on the PlayStation store for like classic games or anything like that, hit us up in the Discord, say what you want me to play, and I'll download it.
Do that.
We'll play that for Figure Friday.
Do that.
Yeah. That's about all we got for you today. Ant's got to edit this shit.
I do.
I need to pee so bad.
I understand.
I had 3 waters. One when your poop incident was happening, then a second one in between, then waiting, and then a third one during stream.
Oh,
and
yeah.
I'm dying.
Your bladder's about to fucking explode.
Yeah. But Patreon podcast maybe next week. I would assume next week.
We'll make it happen next week. It'll happen next week.
Next week, Patreon podcast, the first one of the month will be coming out. Just got one more after that.
We
could do that. Episode. Yeah. We could do that one if that's what y'all want to hear. I mean, I don't know how long we'll talk about it, to be fair.
Yeah,
and then we might have to edit a bit too. Because like I feel like what we should do is we should just like straight up like air it all out without like direct, like, you know, like we'll tiptoe on some shit. But then in post, I'll edit around and see what's like not kosher, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
And we'll make something out of that, just so, you know, because we want to keep you guys informed about what happened, but we also don't want to like live in the past.
This is the behind the curtain. That's behind the curtain episode. And
that's another thing. Behind the curtain was a YouTube video you guys wanted, so we might do that. We're gonna make a YouTube video of us and our like setups and shit. So I mean, I can make one of what I got going on here, which will be terrible for video because boy oh boy is my desk a mess. And then we'll check out. Yeah. Do you have at least 7 to 10 action figures on your desk only on the left side and then more shit on the right?
Can't say that I do.
I have that, and then I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 tubes of paint
I have
and a banana.
some PlayStation headphones, 2 microphones, a Nintendo 64, a Super Nintendo, and an NES, controllers, a pen, a mixer, and that I think that's it. I think that accounts for everything. That's
I have
on
a
my desk.
Kingdom Hearts Heartless on my desk.
Oh, never mind. You win. You got the.
I'm trying to think of another random thing that I can pick up that'd be funny. I have Manscaped's foot deodorant called the Duster. The Duster. What else that's funny? I have a leg from that weird green ram character from Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness.
I can't beat you with all this shit on your desk.
Let's see what else. That's fun. I also have Spider-Man 3 from the Game Boy Color.
Man,
Remember
talking
that?
about behind the curtain.
Yeah, that was back in the day. We got to go back there.
Yeah, I agree.
And then I also have the blue demon mask from Avatar: The Last Airbender.
Your desk is
neat.
more interesting.
It's not even interesting. It's just a fucking mess, dude. I punched the mic. I also have Yoda, but it's Stitch.
Oh shit!
Remember when Disney did that?
Stitcher.
Ready? Here's the best one. I saved it for last. I also have a stack of plastic sandbags. It's just a bunch of bags of sand that are plastic.
Hey man, you can find something to do with that.
Kill myself.
What else is around here? We got a Nintendo 64 to HDMI cord. We got Mario Kart. We have a wired mouse. Leonardo.
Hey, I recognize that.
I know you do.
It's from the Christmas video we never posted.
That. I got a mixer back here. A bunch of mic cords. Another camera. I have 2 of those. Oh, got a bunch of shit.
Fozzie Bear
mixer
Lego.
down there.
It's Fozzie Bear.
It is Fozzie Bear.
Waka Waka.
Waka waka.
He has a microphone stand. He's doing stand-up comedy with a banana. All right. That's all from us. I have to pee, and I did that for some reason.
What? Oh, and you did that.
Yeah, I did
like you peed on yourself.
Yeah, I pissed myself, guys.
It's all over the place.
I have Mjolnir as well.
Is it an Xbox?
Is it a small Xbox?
Yeah, you would not believe how many cans of soda I have in this. But before you guys chill all of your beverages in an Xbox 360, make sure you guys always save before quitting. We'll see you next week.
Peace.
Bye. Ah, man. Work's gonna suck tomorrow, dude. I work from home and work's gonna suck tomorrow. God damn.
Man, why did I have to go back to work this week? I should have been like, nah, work's over for me, guys. I'm quitting.
Hey, I mean, you always can.
Oh, no, the hell I can't. Can't, especially not now.
I mean, like, you can if you during the 2 week, you get some,
Oh yeah, I gotta make that happen.
Hell yeah. If anyone's got a work from home gig for Ant,
Yeah,
you know what to do.
Up. Let me know what's up.
Yeah. All right, guys.
Slide into my DMs and tell me about how I could work from home. Yeah.
Time to work from home, baby.
I thought you were gone.
I was on a sabbatical. Now he's gone. I'd add a little bit, a little bit.
The titty monster using the word sabbatical is weird to me.
What's a funny word that the titty monster could say that would not make sense in that deep demon voice?
No, it's not.
Erection. Constipation. Upset stomach. Yay, Pepto-Bismol.
And if that doesn't give you nightmares, I don't know what will.
You wake up in a world where everything you drink is Pepto-Bismol.
No! What are you after, you bitch?
And everything you eat is a waterfall of poop. With staring straight into your soul while it vibrates into your hand.
Besides the eat part, that's pretty accurate. I've lived that already.
Yay, Pepto-Bismol. All right.
Give my kid Pepto-Bismol.
Just mix it in with the breast milk.
Mix it in with the titty milk. Here's titty Bismol, kid. Drink
Yay, titty Bismol.
up.